Enjoying yourself over there?
Mm-hmm. You enjoying yourself?
See,
What'd you get?
homie, I got tres flautas, arroz y frijoles, and flour tortilla.
What are you, dad now?
You know, in Mexico, they don't call it Mexican food. They just call it food.
I still hate you.
They are Joshua, and they are David, and they are
brothers,
brothers, not lovers.
Hi, I'm Davey, and I'm awesome. And I guess I gotta do this because he's back on the wagon. This is Josh, the Film Bestie.
You got so many cards against humanity. That's so cool.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That one says friends right there. Am I your friend, bro?
Definitely not.
Okay.
And this is Overrated, Underrated.
This is overrated, underrated. He was gonna tell you.
This is where we, unrehearsed, talk about movies that we either find overrated or underrated, and we discuss it. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't.
Hey, we're wearing the same shirt.
Mine's red. That way nobody can say we're like being twinsies. Eagle Fang!
We ride with the fangs of an eagle.
And we don't believe in those fake animals like a mongoose.
Isn't that like a goose that's, Jamaican? Hey, man.
I'm a goose man.
They have their own bobsled team, too?
So for our first one, I'm going to do an overrated. And this is a movie that I definitely feel is overrated. Very, very overrated. And I'm going to get flack for this because some people agree with me and those who don't really don't agree with me. But it was a movie I was really looking forward to. I'd been anticipating it. As a nerd, I'd been anticipating it way before it was even announced that we're ever going to make it. And then when they did, I couldn't believe how overrated that piece of crap called Avengers Age of Ultron was.
I liked it. I mean, it was a filler to future stories.
That's the only thing good it had about it, but it was a movie that had literally no story. Like, this is one thing that's become clear about me. It's not that I like bad acting. I can forgive bad acting, I can forgive cheesy effects, if you give me a good, well played out story. Age of Ultron, on the other hand, built up its story for maybe 5 minutes, and then like, I'm Ultron, I'm here, and we're gonna fight for the next 2.5 hours. Like, that's the thing, it's a 2.5 hour movie with no build up, no story, no telling, nothing, just
My favorite part though, Silver Surfer, when he in slow motion goes around that kitchen beating everyone up. That was epic, yeah.
You mean Quicksilver?
Yeah, Quicksilver.
You said Silver Surfer.
Oh. When he goes around the kitchen and he rescues Professor X from those guards, and he's listening to that song, Time in a Bottle.
Dude,
That was a good scene in that movie.
that's X-Men Days of Future Past. Age of Ultron was the one where they got James Spader to voice Ultron and fight the Avengers, not the X-Men. Now, Quicksilver was in that movie. Spoilers, died in it. But,
Oh, that one?
yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, a lot of people, the only way they defended those, they're like, oh, but look at the great CGI, look at the great CGI.
Enough of the CGI overuse.
See, seriously, CGI to me is like putting salt on a steak. You put a little bit, it'll make the steak nicer. You put too much, you're going to ruin the steak.
You got steak?
No, but I should get some steak. But still, I am one of those people who like classic things. I like real cars crashing into real cars. I like them using red food coloring mixed with corn syrup to make fake blood. I like people actually hiring a stunt guy to fall off a building. I like them actually blowing something up rather than going, look what my computer can do.
Man, look at what Rick Baker did without CGI. That dude was a genius.
It's one thing I like about Tarantino's movies. He doesn't use a lot. But there you go. Age of Ultron is overrated.
I got an underrated one.
Let's hear it.
Let me just give me some Cavassier before I do this. Put it in my Deadpool mug. Very underrated. Man, Spritey's kicking my ass. Very underrated was The Ladies' Man.
I gotta agree with you there. Of all the SNL movies that did well and the ones that didn't, I'm surprised that one didn't do better. It was really funny.
Leon Phelps was the man.
Yes.
Leon Phelps was the best. The best advice you can get for anything in life. And that is, my advice would be to do it in the butt. Got a problem with your stimulus check? Just do it in the butt. You don't like the president? Just do it in the butt. Tired of SJWs canceling out Gina Carano? Do them in the butt.
I did think The Ladies' Man was a very good, very funny movie. Will Ferrell was great in that movie.
He was in that?
Yeah, remember? He was the one that led the group going after Leon Phelps because he was sleeping with their wives.
Oh yeah.
The one that was a professional wrestler whose wife didn't understand his passion for wrestling. She didn't understand the thrill you get when you pick up a big, husky guy and pin him to the ground until he squirms and squeals like a little piglet.
Wasn't his wife played by the one from Saved by the Bell?
Yeah, Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
The one who was not in Showgirls, which made a lot of people angry.
But ultimately made everybody happy that she didn't make that piece of crap.
Showgirls.
But I gotta agree with you, yes. Ladies' Man was very underrated. Tim Meadows, I'm honestly surprised he didn't get more of a movie career from that. He was a really funny cast member of SNL. And lately he mostly just does appearances, small parts like he had in Mean Girls. What?
It's just... Harold really liked that movie.
So for the next one, I'm going to do an underrated movie I felt was very underrated. A movie that I really felt should have gotten more play. Starring Michael J. Fox. The underrated movie of Doc Hollywood. One of the greatest comedies I've ever seen. Had a great cast. Had him. It had Woody Harrelson. Had Rob Reiner.
That movie sucked.
Dirty mouth. That movie was great. Michael J. Fox, he's a egotistical plastic surgeon moving to Los Angeles, gets stuck in a small town because he crashes into a fence and gets community service and ends up loving the small town, and, well, hilarity ensues.
That hasn't been done before.
Okay, but still.
And Michael J. Fox as an egotistical person, yeah, we saw that plenty.
But no, dude, it was a really funny movie, and you should be happy about it because your pervertedness, the girl from Tommy Boy was in it, and spoilers, there's a quick scene of her boobies. Yeah, there's not much to about. More like.
You just don't appreciate.
But still, it was a really funny movie. I mean, for crying out loud, he had 3 old ladies try to seduce him with dinners. 2 gourmet dinners and 1 hungry man dinner. Okay, come on.
Just give in, man.
No.
It's all about life experiences.
No, dude. Doc
Let them
Hollywood.
take their teeth out.
Ew. They took out Harold's teeth.
Why?
Because of this! But yes, Doc Hollywood, great comedy that you should check out because it is underrated.
You know what else was underrated?
Mm,
Probably one of the greatest movies ever made.
what's that?
I'm getting there. It's called Build Up. Now this movie stars 2 wonderful ladies who haven't been given the play they deserve. One, I'm not sure why she hasn't been going for better stuff. The other, you could blame Harvey Weinstein for blackballing her because she was so difficult. But this movie had it all. Nostalgia, drama, action, fighting, fencing, torture monsters, true love, miracles. Now I'm talking about that classic Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. Underrated.
I agree with you. I mean, it was underrated, but your description is way off.
How so?
I don't remember any fencing. They argued. I don't know if I would call that fighting. You know, one wanting to be the Mary and the other saying that the other one's the Rhoda. But swordplay. I guess there was true love. Monsters? Like.
Yeah, Janine Garofalo in it.
Ah, okay.
And for those of you wondering, I'm the Mary, he's the Rhoda.
Dude, I am so the Mary. You are so the Rhoda. I am 10 times cuter than you are.
Yeah? Who lost their virginity first?
Oh, big wow to our cousin Barry. I wouldn't brag about it.
Her name was Barry. And it never happened. Hi, Barry. Hi.
I do agree. And didn't you and I go see that in movie theaters?
Yeah?
Probably the only two dudes there at the time.
Oh, now you admit Barry wasn't a dude.
Barry wasn't with us. In fact, you haven't been allowed near Barry since that family reunion before that movie came out. Family reunion / great-grandma's birthday. Her last birthday, by the way.
I got game.
This is the part where we keep making up crap to see if we can get her to break. I'm pretty sure you and I went and saw it in theaters, and we were like the only two dudes there. We didn't care. We wanted to see it because, well, we both really liked the show Friends, and it had Lisa Kudrow, Phoebe. So sometimes I do wonder if other people in the theater looked over and thought you and I were there on a date.
Well, we were drinking out of the same cup with two different straws, and
That's not because we were gay. That was because we were poor.
you fell asleep on my shoulder.
That was after.
We didn't want to go home.
But yeah, it was a really fun movie. I believe that was the first movie I ever saw Alan Cummings in. Not the last, but I think that was the first thing I ever saw him in. That I think was memorable, made me laugh and everything. Because he had to hide things with his notebook.
Boy, did we all. Still the greatest movie ever made that first half of the year.
Okay, I wouldn't say it's the greatest movie ever made. It's a great movie, great movie. Now I watch it with my wife. We both enjoy it. We laugh. We cry. Mostly I cry because she gets mad because Lisa Kudrow.
I cry because, well, Janine Garofalo's in it. And then it wouldn't stop itching, and I tried to reach it, but it's like way down there. And we're back!
So we got one more overrated, underrated. And how's the AA going there, buddy?
It's going good and all, but
That's fantastic. That's great. That's great. Okay, so some people are going to try and argue with me that this shouldn't be overrated because when it came out, it didn't actually do very well at first. But since it has come out, it has gained quite the cult following. In fact, it has a huge cult following, and I don't understand why. Because this is a movie I've seen twice. The reason I watched it twice was because the second time I was like, maybe I just didn't give it a chance the first time. Watched it again, and like the first time, fell asleep halfway through it. Woke up and finished watching it because it's a boring, overrated piece of crap called Once Upon a Time in America. Boring. Everybody kept going like, oh, you like The Godfather, you like Scarface and mobster movies, you'll love this. No, I wouldn't. No, I didn't. I should have. It had Robert De Niro, it had James Woods. But
I need a moment here. I need a moment.
No, don't need a moment.
If your aim is to shoot an arrow into my heart, bullseye! Once Upon a Time in America is way underrated. It is.
No.
Yes, it's long, but it is a masterpiece by
No.
Sergio Leone.
No.
The man who made Once Upon a Time in the West. The man was a genius. The man He knew how to write a movie. It had Bobby De Niro, James Woods, and other people that are pretty famous, but I'm kind of draining on the names right now.
Dude,
It was awesome.
no, it wasn't. And it wasn't, and it can't be underrated. It's got too much of a cult following to be underrated. It's
Not
overrated.
enough of a cult following, if you ask me. You got to see the extended, uncut version.
Oh, God, they
It's
made
even longer.
They made a longer version of that crap? Dude, watching that movie, I'd rather watch baseball.
You know what? You know what? Shut up, shut up. Voices, shut up. I got this. I got this.
Josh,
Don't touch me. They are angry. And one of them's a chick. You do not want to make a girl angry.
it's one of the voices asking you about your car's extended warranty.
How'd you know about that? Are you Facebook?
Look.
Got through this with Harold. You can get through this now.
Yeah, I hate to break this to you, but you want to know how they killed Harold? They made him watch Once Upon a Time in America until he drowned himself in a vat of scrum diddlyumptious.
I know that was you who placed that call for the box of Wonka bars. Only a man who wants to steal Wonka bars would hate Once Upon a Time in America.
James Woods, Robert De Niro. That should have been a great movie. That should have been The Godfather, but it wasn't even The Godfather Part 3.
That is low! Once Upon a Time in America was a genius.
How many of these do you have?
I got a lot more. That's gonna take a while, but, you know, I'm trying, dude.
Well, while you're trying, maybe you should come to grips with the fact that Once Upon a Time in America sucked. The most entertaining part of that movie was the first 40 minutes of that annoying phone ringing.
It had Elizabeth McGovern and Jennifer Connelly. Keeping up in this partnership is over. I'm taking my booze, your camera, and your wife, and I am leaving you out of it. This is a very sore subject for us. We've actually had Western-style duels over this, but since we're not allowed to use guns, court order, we used super soakers. I think I won at least one of those.
You didn't. And if you had won one of those, maybe Harold would still be here.
I have half a mind to euthanize you, but I will give your wife 20 minutes to deliver you to your death before I carry it out. Until then, I'll be in my room
You don't
crying.
you don't live here.
So that was Overrated, Underrated, Once Upon a Time in America. Some gems are just not appreciated. I get that. I accept it.
Wasn't a gem.
Of course, you know, try not to be harsh, otherwise I get fisty.
Like your mom. Yes.
Dude, that's your mom. Well, don't put it down. Come on.
It was like some guy was like, "Oh, let me copy good mobster movies and stretch it out for 3 hours."
It was more than 3 hours, but okay.
There you have it. Age of Ultron, overrated. The Ladies' Man,
Underrated.
Doc Hollywood, underrated.
Overrated.
Romy and Michelle's high school reunion,
Underrated.
And Once Upon a Time in America,
Underrated.
Overrated. Over.
Okay, children.
Yeah, it was overrated.
What'd you say, boy?
Josh,
That's it.
Don't-
You and me, mano a mano, kid. Man to man, one-on-one. I'm going to teach you a lesson. This has been a long time coming, kid. Long time coming. You got this. You deserve this. And I'm going to give you the pain.
okay. Okay, enough. He's had enough. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe,
Hit that little bell so you get notifications when we post new videos.
and leave a comment. Tell us your opinion on these movies, if they're overrated or underrated. And I'm gonna get him some help. Love you guys.